This is part one of a maintenance update. I had some cutlass bearings to do. We had a prop to sort out and take off the old one and replace it with a new one. So a bit of an update. We had a bit of a issue coming over from Plymouth. I realised that this gland at the back here has it was my fault. I put a gland on it which was already on the boat, and I've reused it, and it's obviously not a good enough seal. And what it's doing when the engine's running, it seeps water out, so that it fills up with seawater in there. So I've got a bit of a problem, so I need to get that replaced. But to get that replaced, I've got to get the boat out of the water, because as soon as I take that off, it's just going to flood and sink the boat. So problems. And then to help matters, I have to get into this locker in here and clear everything out, and it's absolutely lashing with rain. Jenny's gone back to Somerset, and only for a couple of days, and then she'll be back again. But it was a good opportunity to get this job done. Woke up this morning and had a quick shower, got over to Penryn as soon as possible to try and get a part. I'm now waiting for both places to open. I'm here at Robin Curnow opening. He's the first place that opens actually at 8 o'clock, and then there's the chandlery just across the road, and then a little bit further down is the Volvo garage. Well, it's the Volvo yacht brokers, and they definitely have a part. But they don't open till 9 o'clock, and nor does the Harbour Master office, which I just went and checked this morning. So kind of waiting for people to arrive after a long bank holiday, get the part. High tide is in half an hour, and I haven't had permission yet to actually put it against the wall. So leaving Falmouth Harbour anchorage over there, I asked the Harbour Master in Falmouth if I could lay the boat against the quay wall, and he was against the idea for health and safety reasons, what we'll come to. So he suggested that I go to Flushing, and there's a anchorage, a harbour quay wall that I can lay against up here. It's going to sting me £75, but hey, gets me out of the problem, so I'm quite happy. So I'm just working my way up to Flushing Quay now. At the moment they're still debating whether they can or can't help me, so I'm waiting for a phone call. Falmouth Boat Company can't help, Rustlers can't help, Cocknells can't help, Mylor Sailing Club can't help. Everyone's fully booked. Cocknells has said that they don't want to take the risk, just in case the front of the boat, when it dries out, tilts forward and they can't support it. But I've had a bit of luck with Falmouth Boat Company, who are saying that they are quite happy for me to dry against their side of their wall. That's my risk though, so it's a risk. Anyway, that can't happen today now, it's too late, the tide's gone. Tide waits for no man, and it's 2 hours past high tide, so I need to be doing it the other way around, coming in on a rising tide. So that's a job for tomorrow. This is not nice. Got 45 knots at one point. I've had to clamp the tent together. Thunder and lightning cracking off. This is in the harbour. So with the chaos going on with these storms, I actually found a part in the end which needed to be replaced, but how to do it. Okay, situation update. The stern gland is still leaking. It's now 8:15. High tide has happened in the afternoon and the evening, and I have a plan. I went today over to the Royal Yacht Club in Falmouth, and they've got a perfect wall to lean against, but I did try and get some permission, but nobody was about, so I'm going to do it in the dark and without anybody knowing. Lay against the wall, get this gland sorted out. Low tides at 3:30 in the morning, put it all back together, and then and I'll be away by 7, and hopefully shouldn't cause too much heartache. So I needed a piece of wood for a fender board and then pressed against the wall. Here we are next to the Green Bank Hotel, the Royal Rock Sailing Club, and that's their bar, and this is me against the wall. You can't see, but the halyard's been tied off to this ladder just here, so I'm sort of pulling it across as it goes down. Still got 0.5, half a metre to go. All lines are slack. It's getting dark, but we're in control. The fender board's working well. Just pushing up against these oak columns. I mean, it's a bit of a dream spot, really. So we ended up getting to the point of no return, and the water was disappearing, and we were getting closer to the ground, to the point that it actually then touched. This is the first time I've done this, and I was terrified of the noises and creaks, and I'd overcompensated on the lean towards the wall with the halyard, to the point that it was creeping down the wall, and I had to use something to hold it back up, which I ended up finding a bench from the Royal Yacht Club. New seal on, and it's 1:46. So we've done well. Low tide still at 3 in the morning. So yeah, there's the shoreline out there. I'll be coming back in a minute, so I better tidy up. So it was ending up with the boat really crushed up against the side. You can see how much of a lean this was. It was too much support initially, but lessons learnt. Won't be doing that again. And the keel was significantly digging in, and part of that was to remove the anchor and the chain to try and remove the weight from the front. Then the morning arrived, 5 o'clock in the morning. These photos were taken, and tide was coming back in again. Fortunately, it was all sorted. Feeling quite happy with myself, all completed and done. Thought I got away with it. So to celebrate it with a pint and a burrito. Now However, after celebrating this event, I realised that my brother-in-law had spotted me on the webcam of the Royal Yacht Club, so much for the stealth operation. And with Jenny's return back from Taunton, everything was back to normal, thank goodness. Carry on sailing.